Hello everyone, I hope you are well and welcome back to computing lessons. We're gonna start with robotics. This is a topic I was really looking forward to start it, and I was hoping to do with the actual robots, but now we have to do it virtually. But it doesn't make any difference, because once we know how to code the robots, all you have to do, you have to transfer the code from the computer or your laptop to the robot, and robot will perform exactly the same instruction. I will show you what we're gonna do for next a few weeks, and you can of course challenge yourself and do the extension tasks that I will give you. Okay, what we're gonna do next, let me go there. We're gonna use this website vr.vx.com. okay, when you type that inside the like a Explorer, it doesn't matter if it's a Chrome or Internet Explorer, it works with most modern browsers. So we'll take you to this platform. As you can see, it says vr.vx.com. Let me explain how it works. Obviously some of you work with Scratch. It's very similar looks and feels. So we have this, obviously this is for language, we already choose English, and the file is really important here, because if you make a code and you don't want to close the browser and then lose all your work, so you can save to your device. When you click save your device, obviously it will download to your computer. You can view it in showing folder and copy and paste whatever it is, copy and paste it to your wherever the area it is that you want to save it. And conversely, you can go back to the file and load from your device. If you go to load from your device, I haven't saved anything, otherwise I could have shown you how it works. If you click on load from your device, it will ask you which file you want to load, and you can go and find the file that you saved previously. Okay, let's see what other things they are. We're going to come back to these activities and learn. This is the one that I did with year 10. Let's make one for, it doesn't matter year 8 or 9, because I'm trying to do across all year groups. Obviously depends on how you can code it. You can make it, some of you might make it really advanced, some of you might be just a basic. So here, if you click on there, you can change the name. I will change it to, I don't know, test 1, and then you press rename. Okay, so now I rename the project. It's called the test 1. And one of the very menu that you need, very important one, it says playground here. When you press playground, okay, you will see this screen will load up. As you can see, I can shrink it. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller so you can see better. Here there are some information I will explain about these informations, and then you have a few buttons and menus. This looks like I asked my daughter, what is this object you think? She says a castle. It looks like a castle, however we are looking from the top view. Okay, so if I go to the like a side view, probably you can see better. As you can see, it is a robot. Okay, and there are a few things with this robot that I need to explain what they are. So if I go back a bit and turn it this way, so it has a front eye. So this is the front eye of the robot. It can detect distance. So as you can see, the robot is in an enclosure, so it can detect. So you can set the code that you want the robot to start turning when it gets 200 meters away from the wall. So this sensor, the front eye, and you can see here as well, just the front eye. So you can see the front eye if it detects any object. So you can say true or false, and it can also measure the distance for how far from an object the robot is. You also have these left and right bumpers. Okay, so you got these bumpers. Again, these bumpers are really useful if you want to turn right or turn left, or if you want the bumper to touch an object and then accordingly turn left or right. Also, another thing is under the belly of the robot. I can't show it this under. There is an eye underneath as well. So this eye is very useful for detecting objects and other things. As you can see, here's eye down. So also it can detect color. So for example, if there are some if you want to draw a red line and ask the robot to follow that red line, that eye would be really, really useful. Let's see what other things there are. We already talked about the left bumper, right bumper. We said the distance. Let's go back there and I'll explain the distance. And by the way, this is the view that you would have as a look at, that's as if you're sitting in the robot and driving the robot. So this view is the robot view. This view is the side view, and this one is the map. So you will be working within this map, and as you can see, it's 1845 because the robot is here. So in fact, the exact measurement is 2000 millimeter. So from this corner to this corner is 2000, and if you count, there are 10 squares. So that means from this corner to this line is 200. So from each line is 200. So if you want to move from here to after 3 lines, so you have to move the robot by 600 because each grid is 200 millimeter. Let's have a look at some of the codes so we can start to write the code. Okay. So we're gonna start with very basic, and hopefully when you play around with the robot and you discovered some of the things that it has, then I'm gonna give you a little bit more challenging task. Okay, so we have this drive forward. Let's see what this drive forward does. So if I put this drive forward, and same as a scratch, you just snap the blocks together. Once you're happy, then you press play. Okay, this one will drive without stopping, because I didn't set any condition here when to stop. So it's just going to keep driving and driving and eventually hit the wall, and I think it turned upside down, and it just nothing else would happen. Okay, as you can see, it turned. So if I reset it now, so I'm not going to use this one. This is extremely useful. You will need to use it, but not now. So let's use this one that has 200 millimeter. So I'm just going to move 3 grids. So I would say move, let me see, 600. So I expect the robot to stop around here. So let's see another view. Let's watch the view on here and press play. You can watch what happens to this information. You don't have to have it actually. In fact, if I click on this, was it this one? No, is it this one? If you click on this grid map, it will hide it for you. And if you click back, it will bring it back. Okay, so if I press run now, the robot will move and will stop. So let's have a look at the view of the front. You can see what's happening here. So as if you're driving the robot. After 600, it will stop 600 millimeter. So let's reset it. So we are here. Same as like when we did the code.org, you have turn right and turn left. Okay, so let's go for this turn right. Okay, let's go for this turn right by 90, and let's this time move 400. By the way, you can right click. If you right click on any number of blocks, then you get the option of duplicate. Then you don't have to go back and grab the blocks. If you click on duplicate, it will give you whatever you clicked on and underneath it. So I am gonna move forward 600, turn right by 90, move forward by 400 this time. I'm gonna move forward by 400, and I'm gonna run. Let's see what happens. Hopefully we should come 600, which is there, and then 400, and then turn right, and it should stop at that point. Let's have a look. So the robot goes there, turn right, 400, and turn right, and it would stop. Okay, this is good, but if we have there is a pen as well. If we use the pen, we can track the robot a little bit better. So at the moment we are on the top menu. I'm gonna go to the looks. Okay, so we're gonna look at a few of these ones. We're not gonna look at all the possibilities. We're gonna look at all of them in like eventually maybe next lesson or the lesson after that. So I'm gonna go to looks. As you can see, these two, one of them said move robot pen down. I want to use this one, and also this one, it says set robot pen to a color. So to start with, when I want to move that's 600 forward. Okay, let me reset that one. So from here to there, when I'm going 600, I will set it to red. So it should draw a red line, and I haven't put the pen down actually. It shouldn't draw any line. So I have to put the pen down. I have to set the color and then put the pen down. I'm gonna set the color, and if I duplicate now, it's gonna duplicate everything. I don't need everything. I can do that and then put this one in a bin. So I can set the robot color to green this time. I'm gonna put this one after I turn right. So after I turn right, I'm gonna change the red to green. And then put the pen down. You can click on that arrow and put the, you can pick the pen up so it stops drawing on the grid. Let's see what happens now when I press run. So I go back there, I click on run. You can press run here as well. And a step, same as these ones are very good. A step is very useful to find error or detect to see what. Obviously, this is like a very basic, simple code. But if your code is a little bit more complex and you want to debug or fix the code, a step would be a useful one. So let's have a look at how a step works. So a step is going to go to a start. It's going to put the pen down. If I press next step, sorry, it hasn't put the pen down. It just set the color to red. Next step is going to put the pen down. Next step is going to move 600. Then it goes to the next line of the code. If I press a step, it's going to turn right and change the color to green. It's going to put the pen down now, and it's going to move forward 400 in a green color, and it's going to turn right, and then there's no more instruction to follow for the robot at this point. Okay. For your first task, obviously here I turned 90. Okay, if I wanted to make it like a kind of a curvy shape, if I didn't want the like a corner, 90-degree corner, if I was going to make a curvy shape, I could have used like a repeat block. Okay, so after I moved there, I could have, after I went up and after I derived 600, let me see. So I drove 600. Let me bring this one down as well. So I'm going to repeat 10 times, turn right by maybe 5 degrees, and then move forward. Let me find the move forward. Just move forward tiny amount, so maybe move forward 5 millimeter. So turn right 5 millimeter, turn right 5 millimeter, turn right 5 millimeter. Let's see what happens with that now. If I set the pen down and change it to green so we can see what happens there. So obviously you should be able to use loops because we have used loop before, so you should be comfortable with that. And after 10 times it's just turn, 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 and I'm gonna next move forward. If I go back to there, so far remember we just use the top derivative and the loops so far, and we will use the control for the loop. So I'm gonna move forward 400 after to see what kind of a shape it will draw the robot. So if I press reset and run, okay, as you can see, if I did that one maybe 5 degree, if I change the 5 degree, let's change it actually, let's change the 5 degree to see what happens. So I'm going to change the 5 degree to 15 degree to see what happens. So because that's what the coding is, you have to experiment with it. So I'm going to run it now. So as you can see, there was a little, it's slightly different. Okay, what I would like to do, I don't want to talk too much and then you're just watching. Obviously this is a video, you can stop, pause, go back, and if you missed any part or if I went too fast at any part of it, what I would like you to do, I want you to draw the first letter of your first name. For example, if it is a M, if it is a J, T, or whatever it is, can you draw the first letter of your first name? You can do a basic one. For example, if it's a M, you can do it like a M with the pointy corner, but you can also make an M with the like a curved corner, or a J with the curvy, not rather than like this with the 90-degree angles. So if you do that for your task and get the screenshots, for example, when you've done this one, once you've done this one, if you hold Shift, okay, I will show you how to do that. Shift, window key, and S, your screen goes dark like this, and you will see your cursor become a plus. So what I would like you to do when you finish your code, and then get the snip of your code and your the letter that you draw. If you want to do 2 letters, feel free, okay, or 3 letters, feel free to do that. So and then take your hands off. Now it is saved in a screen. So all you have to do, so you can go to the PowerPoint. Obviously mine is already there. So you can copy and paste it, Control V, okay, and it appears there. So you can email that to me or to your computing teacher, okay. So if you do that, that would be fantastic. So I'm gonna write this one down. So how I did a screenshot. So it was Shift. So I hold Shift down. While my finger was on the Shift, I hold the window key. The window key is the one that just looks like a window. While these 2 fingers were down, I hold S. Have a look what happens if I hold Shift, window, S. The screen goes like kind of dark, and your cursor become a plus. At that point, you can get the screenshot of what you want. Actually, when you got the screenshot, you can just attach it to the email. You don't even have to attach it to the email. You go to your email and you put the email address, and you as if you just putting that one as a like a normal text. Control V. So that is for getting a screen. So when you go there, I'm making a new one. When you go there, you do Control V, and it appears there. So Shift, window, S is for getting a screenshot, but I wouldn't say a screenshot. It's like a snap tool. So it gets the part that you need. You don't need the whole screen. And Control, which is the bottom left key corner, plus V will attach it doesn't have to be capital V, just plus V will attach the image to the email, or paste it, not attach. It will paste the image to the email. And if you, I'm recording this one for number of classes. So if I'm your teacher, please do that and email me your code and the letter of your first name. And if you have another person is your teachers, email your work to them. And feel free if you want to do something that like I don't know, very fancy writing letters, that I would be impressed to see some of them. Okay, I'm gonna stop this one, and thank you for watching the lesson. So remember the code for, you have to go to this website. I'll leave this one here so you can see what the website is. If you have any question or you're not sure about any part of it, please do send me an email. Okay, my email is b.ibrahim@bishopchallenger. You know the rest of it. As soon as you type b.ibrahim, it will come up. So I'm just